President Biden had hoped to show up at the G20 summit with legislation in hand to deal with climate change. But Democrats remain at odds over that and the rest of the president's sweeping spending plans. The standoff boils down to this. Conservative-leaning Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema insist on cuts to the climate and social spending package. In response, progressives are refusing to move forward with an infrastructure deal supported by those two senators. The party has already chopped several popular items from the spending bill, including paid family and medical leave. Joining me now to discuss is Democratic Congressman Jimmy Gomez of California. He is also a member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. Congressman Gomez, so good to have you on the show. Thanks for being here. So,
thank you for having me.
You have been a longtime advocate for paid family leave. You led the charge, in fact, to try and protect it in the Build Back Better bill. Now that it appears to be out of the framework, everybody wants to know, will you and other progressive members still fully support this bill and the other infrastructure bill?
It's a great question. And one of the things I want to remind people is that we wouldn't even be on the verge of passing this historic piece of legislation, the Build Back Better bill, if it wasn't for the Progressive Caucus forcing and making sure that moderates lived up to their commitments. We're the ones that, and we've had more negotiations on Build Back Better in the last several weeks than in the last 6 months. So we're on the verge of passing historic investments in housing, combating climate change, child tax credit, universal preschool, all of the above. Yes, we didn't get everything we wanted, but we have come out and endorsed the framework in principle that we will pass the Build Back Better Act. That doesn't mean that the final details are nailed down. It doesn't mean that paid family leave is out completely or definitely. So we're still working, and if we can get it in, then it's going to be another victory. But we're going to pass the Build Back Better agenda, the act, within the coming days or even the coming week.
So just to underscore that point, to make sure that we're really clear on this, the threat that the progressive Democrats have made that without paid family leave, this bill and the other traditional infrastructure bill would not pass in the House, that threat is now off the table with the current framework?
Well, yes, we came out in support of the framework on Thursday. We did not want to move over the bipartisan infrastructure bill without getting more clarity and guarantees that the Build Back Better agenda was going to be drafted and it was going to be put up on the floor for a vote. We're going to move both bills, and that's what we've always asked for, moving both bills. We knew we weren't going to get everything, but that we were going to get something that still we can say is historic, and then we can build off of that. So we're going to, if both bills don't move, we're saying both bills still have to move, but I know that they will in the coming days, if not the coming week.
Understood, and that is certainly big news. I do want to speak to you more about some of the nuts and bolts and things that are actually in this package. Earlier this week, I spoke with White House advisor Jared Bernstein about the loss of paid family leave. He insisted that it is still crucially important to President Biden, but then pivoted to other initiatives like childcare and universal pre-K. I'm going to play for you a little bit of that sound.
Not only does this help family budgets, but it creates a path into the labor force for many caretakers, disproportionately women and moms, who want to do so. And as I said, have just never had that kind of opportunity in this economy. With this Building Back Better agenda, they will have precisely that.
Congressman Gomez, are the items still included in the reconciliation package enough to substantially help your constituents?
They are. First, on paid family leave, yes, it is a personal issue for me. When I was about 7 years old, I ended up getting sick with pneumonia, spent a week in the hospital. And because my family didn't have paid family leave back in the day, they were almost, because of missed shifts at work and the hospital bills, it almost bankrupted my family. Here in California, we have it at across about other states. So we're still fighting for it because it is a big deal. It just happens that we have some individuals in red states that don't want it. Additionally, this is historic. The child tax credit alone has cut child poverty anywhere from 40 to 60%, depending on where you live. It is fully refundable, means you don't need to owe taxes to get it. It is advanceable, and that means that you get it in monthly payments. That helps working class people who are struggling to get by. Universal preschool, huge. I didn't go to preschool when I was growing up because the school district I was at didn't have it and my parents couldn't afford it. And we know universal preschool can change the trajectory of a child's life if you get them educated first in the first 3 to 4 years of their life. So this is a big deal. So yes, it is still a massive improvement. It's going to make a big difference. Housing. My district is suffering from one of the largest housing crises, affordable housing crises in the country. We have 38,000 people on the streets of Los Angeles as we speak. That means that we need to make sure that more people don't become homeless and that we help people who are on the streets get off the streets into suitable housing. So this is historic legislation. So I think we're moving in the right direction.
I know that homelessness has been a big issue for you. I want to ask you, Congressman, Republicans and Democrats are watching the Virginia gubernatorial race closely as a harbinger of things to come in the midterms. Has all of the infighting hurt Democrats as they try to appeal to voters back home?
Elections, pundits always like to say that what happens in Washington impacts these states. I think it still comes down to the individual candidates and their individual messages. In Virginia, for example, no governor has had the chance to serve one term, be out of office for one term, and then run again. So even that was going to be historic in itself. So I don't think so. But in the end, we're going to deliver what we have to deliver. Remember, we delivered a rescue package that has helped countless Americans get off their feet. Of course, they're always looking for the next thing we're going to do. We're going to get it done. And I think we're going to get it done in the coming days. And I think we've already seen movement this past week.
Congressman Jimmy Gomez, thank you so much for coming on and speaking with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Lana.